Hello and welcome to this webinar on Section 172 statements under the microscope. It's lovely to have you with me today for the webinar. I'm Jackie Sheldon. If you haven't met me before, I was a corporate solicitor in practice. I worked and trained at Taylor Wessing in London. I moved to the Northwest. I was at Pannoni's and Hammonds in the Northwest. I was in practice for 10 years. I left practice. I moved to teach. I'm qualified to teach up to master's level. I'm a certified management and business educator, but I only teach the areas that I specialised in practice. Now, the first thing I wanted to do is run through our plan of attack for the session. Now, today is all about 172. So we're going to start off with thinking about what the legislation actually means. And then we're going to think about a background to why we have these regulations. We'll talk about the scope of the reporting requirements and who actually falls within scope. And then we're going to go through the 5-step process as to how you actually draft your statements. So we'll think about how you identify your stakeholders, how you prioritize those key stakeholders, suggestions for engagement mechanisms, so just some ideas of things that other people are doing, how this should impact on your board decision-making process, and the feedback to stakeholders. And all the way through, I'm going to be giving you practical suggestions and guidance that's out in the public domain to help you when you're drafting your own statement. Now, the idea with the 172 statement is it should slot into an integrated annual report. So we're going to be thinking about that all the way through. Now, what you do have to accompany today's webinar is a lot of additional resources. The first thing that you have is a Section 172 statement. Now, I've put the checklist in inverted commas because it's not actually a checklist. What it is it's a reminder of all of the requirements that you need to follow when you're drafting your 172 statement and links to guidance. You've got examples of other reporting practices, and you've also got a list of very useful guidance notes. So they're the web links, and the letters in the web links refer to the slides as I go through. So you'll see that for every time I bring in a set of guidance, I'll have a letter and it links to the web links that you've got to take away with you. You've also got all of the slides I'm going to be using in today's webinar.